Hey everybody, it's Jesse, and I've been gone for a while, been on vacation, so I hope everyone had a great week last week. I had thought about streaming while I was on vacation, but there's no way the Wi-Fi would have been able to handle it. It could barely handle like streaming Netflix at times, so I did release one video on my own channel, so if you haven't seen that yet, you can check that out. There's a link to my channel in the description for this video. Just really short, kind of explaining how I got to be a front-end developer. Today, I want to set up some click tracking. So I was asked to track the clicks for every link that goes back to our main website from this website. So it shouldn't be too difficult. So we're already using a. Let me show you what it is. It's like an npm module that we've imported, and it's called React GA. So here's what we're using, and I did do a stream where we initially set this up, or at least I remember doing a stream where I was trying to get this to work, and I couldn't get it. I don't think I could get it to work the way I wanted it to work, but at some point I got this. I'm trying to get up to the top here. So this is what we're going to be working with today, and I included a link to this in the description as well, so you can check it out if you want. There's really only one part of, it's pretty well documented. There's only one part of the documentation that we're going to look at today that we're even going to need, and it's the click tracking part. Let's see. There we go. This part. I think we're going to try to use the component version of the click tracking. There shouldn't be too many links that we have to edit, so this should work. Hey everybody. Okay, I see in the live chat everybody's saying hi. Hello from Brazil. Awesome. Welcome. Sean says, back after so long and I'm left far behind. Well, I haven't done anything for a week, so not quite as behind as it could have been. Alright, so we got our viewer count is up to a decent number here, so I think we're going to get started. First thing I do want to show you all is a course that I'm going to be taking, and it looked good, and it's definitely what I'm working on now. So I'm just going to throw this in here. I don't know if you saw this. I think I saw it on Twitter first, and then I noticed the email I got from Udacity after that. But I saw on Twitter quite a few retweets of this course on Udacity. So if you've never done anything with Udacity before, it has a lot of free online courses in a lot of different areas, not just web development. But this will be the first time I'm actually going to pay for the Nanodegree. So I've already made my payment. The course is $500, and I'm not like officially recommending this or anything. I haven't even taken it yet, so I'm not sure if it's good. But since I'm building in React, and I know there's going to be a lot of sites that I will be doing in the future with React, I thought it would be cool to take this. So just wanted to share that. It hasn't even started yet. As you can see, there's a countdown timer here. So I will let you all know how the course is. This one is unique. A lot of the courses in Udacity are like totally self-paced. This one is actually, it has a definite start and end time, and you have to get everything done within that amount of time. So hopefully I can do that. My schedule's like pretty busy, but I'm hoping to be able to stick to this, this schedule, this 4 month schedule for this course. And yeah, so I'll let you know how it goes. And if anybody else has signed up for this, let me know. Or if you end up signing up later on, let me know. Whoops. There we go. All right. Okay, so I do have one question in the live chat about the analytics, that thing that we're using, the React GA. And the question from Philip is, what are the advantages of coding with this over using Tag Manager? Well, in my case, we're not set up with Tag Manager right now, so none of our sites are using Tag Manager. That might change in the future, but at least the easy answer is it's just not set up like that. I'm not the one that actually sets up a lot of these. I set up some of these Google Analytics properties, but not all of them. So I didn't set up a lot of the sites when I started working here. It was already set up. So anyway, we might move to Tag Manager in the future, but for now, we're going to use this. I have, from what I have read about Tag Manager, it does seem like everything is easier with Tag Manager, especially if you have a lot to manage, and it would just be insane to do all this manually. So I know that's not really a great answer. Sorry. It's not a great answer, but I don't really want to try to say any more about it when I'm not knowledgeable enough to give you a good answer. Looking for, there we go, footer. I know we have some outbound links in the footer that we're going to be using, so we'll just start there. I'm trying to think where else. We have one in the header as well. That may be all the places that we need to do this for. So this is actually going to be a shorter video than normal. I have a meeting at 3. So there might be some changes coming to this site that we've been working on for the last few weeks. And I'll have a meeting today and another meeting Thursday afternoon, which I probably won't be able to stream Thursday afternoon because of it. But based on what happens in these 2 meetings, it's possible there could be significant changes coming to this site, which, I don't know. To tell you the truth, it doesn't excite me too much. I mean, this site's not perfect, but I like where we have it, the direction we're going with it, and I don't want to have to redo things that we've already done. I wouldn't mind adding new features, that'd be nice, but I'd hate to go back over things since we put so much time into it, so many long hours. It would be a little bit terrible to have to go back and either completely take out or redo things that we spent so much time on. So I'll let you know how that goes. All right. So I'm going to move these instructions over to my other screen so that I can look at these while I'm coding. So like I said before, the link to the instructions we're going to be following is in the show description. So it looks like, and we're going to test this, and I picked this on purpose because I think this is going to be simple. I think it's going to be pretty easy, and I don't have a lot of time to stream today. So it looks like all we're going to have to do is make sure that we include React GA here, and then we're going to use the React GA.outbound link component. And all we have to do, let me bring it in for a second since I'm talking about it. All we have to do then is then add an event label and a to. So instead of like an A tag, we'll replace it with this tag. And then we put in the link text as normal. So hopefully that works, and we'll test it out. I have my Google Analytics open already on my other window. I'll bring that in when it's time to test it. But that's the plan. So I'm just going to grab, I want to check out in our analytics.js file, import, right? Why type it when I can just copy and paste? So I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to go back up here to the footer, and we're going to import that as well. And now let's find, where are we at? There we go. So this is what we want to, any links to the main website are what we want to add. Actually, let me check. One of my Trello board, this is where we have, you know, everything that needs to be done and has already been done, all the tasks for the site. Yep, it is just franciscan.edu. Okay. I just wanted to double check before we started doing this that I had the right links. So let's change this to, we got React ga.outbound link, and same thing here. Okay, now we need, I'm gonna copy some of this here. I guess we just need the label. Alright, so I'm assuming, it doesn't show this in the instructions, but I'm assuming we can still have a title tag and it would just go right here. So I'm going to leave the title tag in there. That's pretty standard on a link tag, so hopefully that still works. So I guess for the label we'll just say to Franciscan. I wonder if I can, how about this? To main site. Alright. That's basically what we call it around here. Franciscan.edu is always either called the .edu or the main site. So that'll work for us. And we need to change this href to a 2. Alright. Like I said, I don't know if this title, having a title here, will mess it up. It doesn't say anything about it in the documentation, so I'm going to leave it in there for now, see if it works. So everything else should work. I'm going to save this. I do want to check out to make sure that it doesn't mess with the display. Alright, so it looks like, I'm going to bring this over so y'all can see it. So this is the link that I changed down here. And it looks like the title is still working. Awesome. I'm going to click it. What pop-up looks? Yes, I always allow pop-ups from localhost. Alright, so it looks like it's trying to go there, so the main site just happens to be really slow. Great. So that went to the right place. Now let's bring over our analytics. Our analytics dashboard here. So if you haven't seen the new Google Analytics dashboard, this is it. So this is actually the first time I saw it. I haven't checked analytics since this happened. This is pretty recent, within the last, I don't know, week or so, right? So we should be able to go. It looks like all this stuff over here is still the same, so hopefully it is. Let's see, events. Let's see if we had an event happen. Looks like we didn't have anything happen. It's possible that I'm not going to see it until I make this live. So let's. So actually working on some stuff earlier that I forgot to commit. So let me bring this over. I'm just going to do a I'm going to commit this. I'm going to push it to GitHub, and we're going to pull this live. The stuff, I was working on some stuff earlier, but I've tested it out. I think everything's working well. Most of it was just really minor things. So let's do. Alright, so I was working on the events page, and I'm not going to say anything about the link tracking yet. I'm not sure if it even works. But it's a good sign that we didn't get an error message at least. Okay. Now, here's our servers. No. Alright, let's see. To get the IP. There we go. I turned my computer off and turned it back on, and for some reason normally I have a history of all the commands, and it's separated per tab, but it's not working out like it normally does. All right. So let's update. So if you remember from previous episodes, we have load balancing happening. So just to explain in case anyone missed it, all we're doing right now with this long string of commands, which I just copy and pasted in, we're stopping Nginx, we're stopping the React app, we're going into the directory where our project lives, and we're pulling in the changes from GitHub. We're installing anything that is new, any new packages that need to be installed. We're building it, and then starting it again, and then starting Nginx. That ensures that our load balancer routes everything to the other server while this is down, and then when this is back up, then we can go to the other server and do the same thing. And while this is happening, I can catch up on the live chat since I've been ignoring you all so far. Sorry, I feel the pressure today to be done since I have that meeting. So let's let me go back. Okay, there's not a lot. I thought I missed a lot in the live chat, but it looks like there's not a whole lot that I missed. So I'm going to go through really quick. Hey, there's someone from Dominican Republic. Awesome. Hello. From India. Andrew asks, why master's degrees are so expensive online? I think they're expensive everywhere, online or on ground. Degrees are just really expensive nowadays. Yeah, I mean, I would say unless you really need a master's degree for a job that you want, then I wouldn't do it. I know people that just get done with their undergraduate degree and they aren't sure what to do, so they just decide to stay and get their master's degree. I mean, if your family's rich, maybe that's okay, but for me, that's not what I did. So it's just too much. I mean, if you can get scholarships, maybe that would work out, but it's just too expensive, especially if you don't have, pretty good chance of getting a good paying job from it. All right, someone says hello from Iran. Hello, awesome. All right, Philip. Earlier, Philip had asked a question about Google Tag Manager, and he did mention, he said it is much easier. So awesome thing. I know I didn't fully answer that question, but definitely, if you are setting up a site in a Google Analytics property for the first time and you could do it however you want, I recommend checking out Tag Manager. Everything I've seen about it looks great, and at some point it would be nice to switch everything that we're doing here over to Tag Manager. Oh no, I just checked out, I'm sure you all saw this, but I just checked out the output here in the terminal, and it looks like local changes would be overwritten by the merge. Please commit your changes or stash them before you can merge. Oh goodness. Okay. Alright, this is, I know what happened. Okay, so someone else that works with me here, when I was on vacation, tried to make changes directly to the server. So these are those changes. I've forgotten about that. So I actually don't want to keep these changes. So let me, actually I don't think he changed anything that I need to keep. I think I'm good, and I can just get rid of these changes. So let's see. I wonder how he did it. He must have just used like Nano or something to edit these. Okay. Yeah, all right. I was just thinking that Patrick just put in the live chat get diff. That's, yeah, I was thinking. The only thing that I do want to keep is this image. All right. Let's actually, let me check quickly on, I want to see what the difference is between this image. So I just want to know what changed with it. Alright, so here's the one page. This is the live page, and here's the image. I think this is the image that we're talking about here. And then this is the one. These look nearly identical, right? What is the difference here? Oh, okay. There's one difference in the names. So we definitely do want to keep this. Alright, so actually we do need to keep these changes. And alright. So alright, well this makes things slightly more difficult. And I wonder if the other server is the same. Alright, so it's actually not really that bad that this happened because, as I always say, when I make mistakes, then you don't have to make them. You can just see what I did and how I messed it up and can avoid it, hopefully. So, yeah, so don't edit files on the server directly. That's moral of the story. And if it does happen, don't forget about it. So let's just, oops. Yep, it's on here too. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to commit these changes on one of the servers, on just one of the servers, and I'm going to push them. Shoot. It's just like, how do I push them? I guess I'll commit it, I'll merge everything, and then I'll push it back up to the main Git repo, and then I'll pull it down to the other server. And then I'll have to pull everything back down locally. Does that make sense? I think that, yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, so, actually, okay, it looks like the changes are just really, really minor. All right. All right. Tell me who you are. What? I have to say who I am. Alright then, let's say who I am. I can't believe a change so simple ended up not being simple. I finally thought I was going to have an easy one, but... Okay. Alright, so at least I can go back to the live chat while this is working. Alright, great. So, I'm going to do git pull. And... I'll remember that one. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I won't really be able to... Let's see, hold on. Okay. I guess if I want to try to test... I was just thinking about testing these out. I can just pull this down. And then we can make sure that it's working. So I'm going to bring this over. This is our local version. Is my server not working? Let's see. Okay. Is this our new one? No, it's not, right? This is still... Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's our new one. So, okay. So that's our new one. So it did pull the changes down. What was the other thing? We have one of the lines up here. I'm not going to try to find a line, but... Alright. So it looks like that's cool. That worked. Now we can go ahead with starting. So we have a git pull, and I need to... We got stopped right in the middle of that long line of commands. So we got stopped right at the git pull part. So I'm just going to copy the rest of the command and paste it in there. So we're going to do our npm install. We're going to run the build process, and then we're going to start. Okay. So a little inconvenience there, but pretty much passed it. Alright, so Sebastian says 500, yeah, maybe I'll stick to YouTube tutorials. So he's referring to the Udacity course. Yeah, I had the... I signed up for it last week when I was on vacation, and I actually had the page open to sign up for the course on my laptop for like 2 days before I made the decision finally to do it. But I thought, I don't know, I thought it would motivate me, since lately I've been really slacking on doing tutorials on my own. I thought it would motivate me if I actually spent the money to do the course. So my plan is to wake up early before my kids wake up, which can be challenging. But to wake up early and do, oh man, more problems. So my plan is to wake up early and maybe like do a workout. I have like an exercise bike in my basement, so maybe I can do my work for this course while I'm doing, a little workout in the morning, and then maybe again like on my lunch break I'll do the course. So I could probably get in like around 2 hours every day for the course, and then a little bit on Saturday. I think it said like they estimate 12 hours a week. So if I do that, then it should be good. Monday through Saturday, I put in 2 hours a day. That should be my 12 hours, and it should work. So hopefully it works out like that. All right, let's check out what's happening here. Well, this is not good here. So our build is not working. Alright, so Patrick says, another reason not to make changes directly in production. This is justification for all the load balancer stuff you went through. I was just thinking the same thing, Patrick. So Yeah, so I think I mentioned earlier, but this site is using a load balancer. So if one server is down, everything gets directed to another server. So right now the site, I'm assuming, is still up because the other server is fine. So since I don't know what just happened with this server, then at least the site's still up. And somebody else asked something like what are you doing? And I edited that. But basically, what we were trying to do is something really simple, and it should have worked. But basically, some changes were made on directly on the server that it seems have messed some things up. So we're trying to sort that out. So let me. This is just really weird. I want to see. Is my package JSON? Yeah, it's not like nothing's changed in my package JSON. I haven't really added. I'm just trying to think if I've added any packages since the last time I pushed anything to the server, and I think no. I don't think I've added anything on the master branch. All the stuff that we've been doing has been on separate branches and has not actually even been merged in on master. So yeah, so this should be let's see. I realize we'll probably get the exact same issue, but it's worth a try. Occasionally you run something a second time and for some reason it works. I also want to run this locally just to see if something's okay. Now I do have Yarn installed locally, so but I want to try to do it this in the same way. Wait, did it work that time? You gotta be kidding me. There's no way. Alright, let's alright, so the next command would be it worked? Alright. Alright. If anybody knows what just happened here, fill me in, but it obviously the first time this was run, we got all these errors. The second time I got nothing. Oh well, so I'm going to continue with the rest of the commands to restart this server, and then we'll check it out. So at this point, we should just restart it. We're using PM2 to start things up. Okay. And what I want to do is I want to try to go directly to this IP. I think if I go directly to that IP address, I can get right to that server and won't get switched over to the other server. So we want it to look like, so basically we'll be able to tell if we've gone right to that server and if it's worked if this area has changed significantly. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Okay, so everything has changed correctly. I'm just going to inspect really quick to see if we're getting any weird errors. Okay, so we're getting this weird error. Page does not exist. Speaking the truth in love conference. So I'm trying to prefetch this page, and maybe prefetching doesn't work with the dynamically. Yeah. So I do want to test this link. Alright, so that link doesn't work. This actually did work locally, so I did test it earlier. This is from something I tried to do earlier today. Alright, so aside from that, which can be changed really quickly, aside from that, this is pretty much working. So it's working enough that we can at least try to test what we were initially trying to test. So let me find my analytics, and let's see. Actually, let's make sure that we're going for today. Looks like Outbound label, let's see, to main site. Okay, so it looks like we didn't have to do it. In fact, I completely forgot that by default Google Analytics doesn't show you the stuff from the current day. So it was actually just showing me from like the last week or so. I forget what the range was. So when I set it to show today's stuff, it actually did work from localhost. So that part worked. So since we've kind of gotten into this big mess now anyway with the servers, I am going to fix that quickly. But basically this works. So let's go back and let's add this. I'm not going to update the other server just yet, which is going to, it shouldn't cause a problem for the 2 minutes that it's going to take to fix this. So let's go over here, back to our page, and we need to do two things. One, on events, we need to not prefetch. Let's see. Thought it was up here somewhere. Maybe it's down. Yeah, it's down here. Okay, so, and eventually all of this stuff will be out of our code anyway, and it'll be pulled in through the WordPress API. But for now, let's get rid of this prefetch. And I'm wondering now, should I get rid of, I wonder if I should get rid of all of it. Let's see. I'm going to save that. Hopefully that'll fix the issue. Now, you know what, it might not, because we're still getting the 404. So let me bring it back, that error here. So the error is trying to go to, so it's saying this doesn't exist. Alright, let's see if we'll get the same error. Let's see if we can go on our test version of this, which I'll pull it over. So there's our test version. Let's inspect this. Okay, so I'm not getting that error in our test version, but I'm getting the 404. but then it works. Okay, so now I am getting that error. See, I'm getting this error here. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's, whoa, that's really odd. It's an odd error. So basically, I'm just gonna remove this link, and I'm not gonna use the link. I'm just gonna use a regular A tag, and we'll try that out and see if that works. Oops. So let's see where we're at. Alright, let me check. We're getting to the end, and I'm going to have to finish up soon for my 3 o'clock meeting. So I'm going to check the live chat quickly, just see if there's any questions you all have. Let's see. Oh, Patrick mentioned you could put that in a bash alias. So that long string of commands that I copied and pasted in when we were trying to shut off the server and then update it and restart it, he says you can put that in a bash alias, and you can. I do recommend doing that. I just haven't done it yet, but I do want to do that. For now, and especially because it's just me working on it for the most part, it's just easy for me to just copy it over. But it would be a better idea to make a bash alias for it. Okay, so we've taken this, we've just made it a regular A tag. Let's click it and see what happens. Just want to see. Alright, that looks good. Alright, that looks good. Only bad thing is we're not getting our client-side routing. You see we got a full page refresh. I don't like that, but I think it's okay. It's okay for now. I'm not sure if we can have the client-side routing because for this we've used custom. So we've edited our server.js file, and we've used some custom routing to use parameterized routing. So that's like outside the scope of what Next does. So I'm thinking maybe the Next client-side routing system can't work with that. I don't know, but for now, this is good. This gives us what we want for the most part. So I'm going to stick with that, and let's go back to. All right, so we were working in footer.js, so this worked. I do want to make sure. I want to see where else we have this. Goodness. I wonder. It's just Nanodegree Veritas Center. Yeah. I don't think we need to track all these links, like obviously to the privacy policy and things like that. We don't need to track that. So I think we're good. We're good tracking that. Like I said, we have one in the. Is it in the head? I mean, maybe the nav. Yeah. Oops. And there's my Google, my calendar for my meeting. Where are we at? Okay, so we will need to track this. Yeah, we need to track this. Let me make sure I'm okay on time though. Okay, I have 10 minutes. So let's do the same thing with this one. Hopefully it our class name stuff still works as well. Let's pull in this, and where are we at? Nav. And what's this? React. Actually, what time is it? You know what? I'm not going to do this right now because two things. One, I want to answer your questions in the live chat. Also, I want to make sure I sort out this server thing before I have my meeting. So we'll stop here because I can always, basically we've got it working. So for the purpose of figuring out how to do this, we've done it. We've accomplished it. We just need to apply the same thing to a few other places. So that's worked. What we need to do now is push our change up to GitHub. So the change we made to the link, so we got rid of the prefetching, we got rid of the client-side routing, and we just used the regular link, and then that fixed the errors we were getting. Okay. Shoot. Okay. So you see the errors we're getting. We defined some things and never used it. Basically, we added this in nav, and we're not going to use it yet, so we'll just add that back in at some point. And then in footer, not footer, events, I added in the link, but then now we're not going to use that anymore. So very useful to check this stuff out beforehand. And whoa, okay. I just saw this in the live chat. So Sebastian says check issue number 71 for React GA. It says browsers block React GA links. That might be an issue. I'm still going to push this change to fix the other thing, but I'm going to come back to that after my meeting though and check out that issue, because that could definitely be a problem. All right. Okay, so if you're not familiar with GitHub, we've just committed our changes and then we're pushing them up to GitHub on the master branch. Now I can go in here to our server, and let me run our set of commands that we've been copying. So actually, go back out. The commands assume that I'm not already in the directory for the project. So hopefully this all works now. We don't get any errors. We can test it quickly. And hopefully it works. All right, let me go through. World Boss asks, you have a bachelor's? Yes, I do have a bachelor's degree. I have a bachelor's degree in business. Charmy says, usually master's degree for people who love to do research or in academics, or the company requires that for higher position. Yeah, you're right. A lot of times higher degrees are for research stuff. I know, at least in the United States, a lot of people get master's degrees in business, and then they can get higher up in their organization even though they don't do any research. That's the only other reason that I've seen for them. Also, like if you want to teach, like normally they don't let you teach anything at a university unless you at the very least have a master's degree, preferred doctorate. So that's another reason why some people get them. All right, so let's check it out. And where do we have it? Maybe I pulled it over to a different place. I think this was the one where we actually went. Nope. See, that pulled us over to the other server. Let me try to grab the IP address again. See if we can get straight there. All right. So see, with our load balancers, right now it's taking us to the older version of the site that's on our other server. Let's see. Still taking us to the other server. All right. Well, let's see. Oh shoot. Gotta run this again. Okay. Okay. So now we should be good to run these commands. Okay. All right. Back to the live chat. Goodness, I have 2 minutes. So sorry if I can't get to all your questions. Okay. So it looks like I am gonna need to check out the issue where with browsers blocking the links from React.ga. So Patrick says it might be a target blank issue. So I'm gonna test that out after my meeting. Sorry, didn't really have a Q&A this time. Get to it definitely next time. Hopefully I won't have another meeting tomorrow. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Thanks for your help. My meeting's in 1 minute, so I have to go. But I should be back tomorrow. And if anybody has any helpful links, I know you guys were talking about some issues and stuff, please post it in the live chat or message me on Twitter or something, because I do want to figure out this problem as soon as my meeting is over. All right, but anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.